Less than 24 hours after Christina Salento and Max Vinson were sworn in as Associated Student Government President and Vice President, the ASG Election Commission announced a possible election violation. According to the announcement, the campaign received a tip that they were within votes of their opponents while voting was still open, possibly giving them an advantage in securing a victory. Yesterday, the ASG Election Commission released a statement determining that Salento and Vinson did violate election rules. NNN's ASG correspondent Andrew Merica has been following the story. Andrew?
Thanks, Jordan. The Christina and Max campaign initially reported that they were given unsolicited information from an Election Commission member at noon on the Friday of the election. An initial investigation by the ASG Election Commission found that the campaign did nothing wrong. After the commission learned that the campaign received information a second time, a new investigation came to a very different conclusion. Member who leaked the information to the Christina and Max campaign. Election Commissioner Lauren Thomas explained Corcoran's actions.
The first time he bumped into Christina and told her that the election was close or extremely close, something like that. The second time, he sent her a Facebook message and said the campaign is within 5 votes or within 5 votes.
According to Thomas, the Christina and Max campaign told supporters that the election would be close all day. It was when the campaign started to tell supporters specific information about the voting margin that it broke the rules. In a screenshot obtained by NNN, a Christina and Max supporter reached out to a possible voter by saying, quote, "I've gotten word that C&M are a little behind."
When they said stuff like it's really close, or when they said stuff like it's 5 votes, that was the concerning part.
A statement released by the Election Commission yesterday concluded that even though Salento and Vinson did not request the voting margin information, Corcoran's actions indicated that he acted as a member of their campaign. Quote, "The campaign violated Section 1E of the election guidelines. Campaign personnel may not serve on the Election Commission." The statement went on to say that the Commission recommends that the ASG Committee on the Rules levies punishment on Salento and Vinson that could include, quote, impeachment, probation, removal from office, public apology, or more.
It was not an accident by Kevin. He meant to tell them this information. I've gone back and looked at what the chat and what we've talked about. It was not an accident. He meant to tell them this.
In a statement, Salento said, quote, "While we disagree with the Election Commission's decision to issue us a violation, we have nothing but respect for Lauren Thomas, the entire Election Commission, and this process. We recognize we were not forthright in disclosing this information and apologize to the student body for that. We look forward to working with the Rules Committee in proceedings that may follow and will share our perspective with the committee to ensure students can trust ASG." Thomas said that she is looking into legislation to establish a task force, possibly including ASG presidential candidate Joji Syed, to prevent this type of incident from happening in the future. Syed did not want to comment on the possibility of her serving on a task force, but she did give a statement on the larger issue.
It's pretty unfortunate that a violation occurred, but I trust the Rules Committee to handle the situation moving forward and hope that for the future of ASG, this matter can be handled fairly.
Regarding the task force, Thomas said it could introduce more binding legislation on who has access to information during an election, similar to how Mayfest handles Dillo Day artists. Before that, tomorrow at 5:30, the ASG Committee on the Rules will hold a private hearing to discuss what the punishment for Salento and Vinson should be. All eyes will be on the weekly ASG meeting that will follow, where the findings are expected to be announced. We will be at that meeting and will provide live updates on our Facebook and Twitter feeds at NNN_news.